Okay, preparing this reading was give me a second, I will arrive. So I'm present now for you guys. Dear solar angels, fairies, unicorns, goddesses, starseeds, human angels, earth angels, cupidos, I'm here. And preparing this reading was not that, it was kind of different to that I've created before, because I felt really, you could say I was challenged between the full moon and the Lion's Gate, and today in the morning I was crying out my heart, and I had to release those kind of emotions, and but now I'm getting it's okay to sharing that with you, because before I always had that I would not say thing, or I would have quote-unquote managed my emotions up to the point that I could be present in a way that I would fully clean, fully pure. But what does that mean? Fully aware that holding those emotions and feeling it and letting it out is exactly what flows the river. And here I am, and it's kind of interesting because preparing that reading I was like, possibly it could be because I was cuddling in, but I had a feeling of discernment that this reading was really to soothe your soul, but in a way giving you some hope and guidance along your way as well. And I'm here for it. And I have to say, I enjoy it. I love to speak and read for you guys. And I'm so grateful, because when I was creating those kind of cards you see in front, I was always thinking when it was hard, or I would give up. I would just think about the collective. I would not represent in a way like being a figure for it, but holding that space for you and being present. So present is in the word, in the term represent, and yeah, just giving what I've learned from my experience and sharing it with you through those cards. And so the theme for this reading is, in a way, what I was given was soul sovereignty. And now I'm reminded of serenity and how can you support yourself in that, and establishing that, and establishing you could say a common ground, basics, maybe a daily routine, something like you can indulge easily and tap into that state of sovereignty for yourself. And what was coming with that was that, and one of my you could say preparing exercises, I would not say exercises, just doing what it's good in the moment, was like dancing. And there was coming up that flow of emotion, to be considerate with my feelings, but as well feeling the flow of femininity rushing through the sound that was given my body to move. And yeah, I hope that makes sense. And we have 444. We are just right 4 minutes and 444. So great. Let's start reading. We have the Ace of Wands. We have the Waterborne element. This is a special card. Yeah, I have created or designed illustrated some cards who are not directly linked to the tarot card meanings or the traditional meanings of tarot cards, and it's like my own expression. And pile number 3 is the Wheel of Fortune. And yeah, let's dive in. Pile number 1, or card number 1. Before I start reading, this beautiful flower, she is dried at that moment or point of time. I've come across when I was walking in the forest and to detach from a situation that felt not really where I experienced someone crossed the boundaries, or I felt someone was intruding my space. And when I was in the forest, I was walking there. I little described the situation more because I was in a you could say in a situation of shock or trauma, and seeing this beautiful flower was giving me, I find that it's so beautiful. I mean, I've seen it so many times, but even if it's dried out, it remembers me of the day. And I mean, that day was the day before. It's not that long ago, it's a long ago. And what I can say for that is that walking in the rain and detaching from the situation and unburden my soul. And it was raining, it was really raining, and I was wearing a line dress, was really lightly, and was and the sweatshirt, it was a knitted not a cardigan, a pullover. It felt so lightly. I had a parachute with me, but I didn't want to take it. I just wanted to feel the rain and just to go outside and be with the trees and feeling and holding and just be present and feel even more. And telling you that it's I have a feeling that this is an introduction to your pie. And the whole reading actually is, I feel more open about being vulnerable and sharing what I've experienced before and going a little bit deeper with your pie. I have a feeling that there could be some wounds, or I'm hearing karma or trauma shocks could have been coming up as well. And when it is the case for you, maybe it's not your pie, or it's just is coming up, and this case, even if it's not traumatized. I have to say something, because if it's not resonating, this is what I want to say. I have to tell you something about that card, because this is the Ace of Wands, and the Ace of Wands is a card. You're seeing here the girl with the guitar, and it's kind of special to me because it's the Ace of Wands, it's the ace, it's the first, I'm hearing first choice, and it's all in pink. You see this girl, she looks really sweet and kind, but in a way poised. She's like determined, and she's having this guitar, this instrument. It's like, actually she has now received what she always wanted to do. And there's a little story to me, which is connected in a way, you could say, biographically for myself, because I had a long time the wish to play the guitar. And when I was creating that, and this is a deep wish for me, because I'm all about music, I'm all about that, and my inner sense. And I think sharing that with you, I have to say, I feel I can be vulnerable. And when I said you don't feel actually traumatized or has recently was shocked, quote unquote, or was experiencing some harsh experiences, then you can hold a space for that. You are a good listener, maybe someone who could share their wisdom with that. And I see that as a quality of you. I see that possibly because telling you what is my deepest wish or my dream or is connected to me very lovingly is, I mean, this is so the most thing I really adore. And I mean, as a tarot reader by myself, it's yeah, you're giving yourself out. You say something, and sometimes you have to share something that is deep connected to you as well, but knowing at the same time that yeah, it could because there's so many, I think, like dark sides. It's like when you're manifesting, you tell someone, okay, I want to protect my dream, my wish. And because the keys who unlock that dream, when they're poorly or they are lightly given to others, it's you have to be aware that they could be used by someone else, and even in the astral realms. But saying that and telling you that is, for me, this is, in a way, this is my presence, and I'm holding it. And I by myself know that I am protected. And you've given me that vibe. It's like I'm feeling like it's interesting because shuffling, collecting your cards was, in a way, it was like I want to find the right word. Measuring, I have a feeling that you are really empath and really empathically driven. But I feel as well that accomplishment or measuring yourself on the measurements of others, having a goal or having accomplished something that in a way that this whole world or this world, how it was designed, you would have never considered that gift of listening, of and I'm hearing calculated. I mean, there are people outside, or there can be people who are really calculated. Sometimes it doesn't have to be negative in a way that if you know, okay, I can do that, and but in other ways, sometimes it can be negative. It's like plotting up a story or being yeah, in the baddest way, manipulative. And I'm seeing you on the other side of this. Yeah, really empathic and feeling really good, giving something or someone a good feeling, something that can provide that. Even if someone feel low, you can. Yeah, you are. Even if you hold up a mirror for someone, I think you do it so heartwarmingly, kindly, and you would never disregard someone for being not honest. How can I explain it more? It's when your head is above the water. You know, there's someone who is challenged with something, and even if you don't know what he's handling, you would do that. You would be compassionate. You would be the one who would be friendly and kind. And the story about the card is actually, and this is what I want to share with you, and is it's like pure joy. It's like I can tell you my secrets or my inner wisdom, and can it give it lightly to you, because you can I'm hearing handle, so just like someone can handle a hard workout or workload. And what I'm feeling for you is that sometimes you don't feel it by yourself. You don't feel that this empathic nature is actually your highest, your highest, purest form, your gift, your natural talent, but as well, what I'm feeling is that, and sometimes maybe you have to be careful, you have to be aware that you are not just that empathic being, you are more than that. You are love before that, I would say. And here we have the Ace of Wands, and this card is about, while I was drawing it, I was like, this dream, having a guitar, especially an e-guitar, was like, it was a shift. I was creating this card during a shift, not just in my consciousness. It was in that moment I was creating that, I was getting that guitar. So I created that guitar, I draw it, and I have to tell you, a friend of mine has helped me for that and has given me the opportunity to grow and to accomplish it, to receive it, and that was abundance. And I think your feelings, as I said before, your empathic nature is or I'm hearing words of abundance, is even more abundantly. And this is a prologue, and I have to say, I quietly did painted that table before, and here are dark spots. But I don't want it to be perfectionized, and I think telling you that is that you can handle things in a well-mannered, in a practical way, in a way it's like, okay, I need a table and it's okay. And you can see in the soul of the the beauty in one's soul, I would say. And the Ace of Wands is telling about a new beginning, a new venture, something about you have the willpower for, and you want to do it from your heart. It could be connected to music here as well. And I'm hearing you can create intimacy and privacy. And in a way you can, bring love into a room, being a delight or a daylight for everyone. And foremost, but for yourself. And I think, and this could be a message as well, that you sometimes, you don't have to struggle with it, but remembering that you are that love as well. And I'm remembered, or here's a little note for your inner child to let it out and play. A little message for let it out and let it play again, and whatever will come. Because I'm drawn to her eyes, and I'm giving a vision of having that glance in the eyes, that beautiful, 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 when you feel something that makes you so happy, that makes you so indulged, that makes you so, it's like when you're feeling, you are entitled to something, and you cannot even explain it, but it's there, and you love it with every breath and every moment. And there's something I'm not pretty sure if it's for you, but self-sabotage, sometimes it can be the case that when you're feeling good or right to do something that's really in alignment with you, but your you don't feel you are ready for it, then it can be sometimes it's like your body is giving you resistance or a resistance thought. I was seeing a video, and while I was pausing, I was just like thinking maybe I should, because I was seeing it before I was starting to film this video, but I have a feeling I could give it to you. It's a beautiful channel, it's a beautiful YouTube channel, and I will link in the description box for you, so you can be inspired by it as well. This is a beautiful YouTuber, female YouTuber, and she's talking about, I think she's a beauty pageant as well. And she was talking about the IKEA, I think, about the IKEA. I don't know how I draw it. I'm a little bit irritated because I didn't even plan about speaking to it, but I have a feeling with that, and then I will tell you why I am giving it to you. That tip is because when I was doing that, I mean, for myself, having this guitar in my hand, and it's kind of interesting because I'm feeling like from your heart you're giving it yourself so easily, and so I'm hearing and I'm seeing now the quote, beauty is the light in the heart, and I'm feeling that your beauty is your heart purely. But when it comes to yourself, it's like maybe you are sometimes you can experience this, like you feel you have a blockage, but actually it's not. It's more so that you have connected with so many people on so many levels that you are not feel really like overindulged on an empathically way. You have overindulged or over connected with someone, and that can irritate your body and can create resistance. It's like when you work with your attention and your fiery and your heart's light, not an alignment for you, but for the dreams of others in a way. And I have a feeling, because this is something that is really deep connected to myself, is that, and now I remembered why I said being careful. There's something like, it can be that it's not really it's not resistance. It's more that your energy, like when you do a chakra cleansing meditation, it's like wants to rush, wants to flood through your body, and wants to that makes sense with the inner child, because giving all the love you've given other people, or your empathic way, is actually, it's for you. You are for you and yourself. This is what I'm feeling. And when I was tapping into that reading and telling about soulful, and so I felt so welcomed, and I didn't have the feeling I had to rush something or so. But in a way, when I was laying out the cards in preparation, I felt something like indecisiveness, or not knowing, or not really feeling it, or being humbled or challenged with different choices. And seeing that energy, or that, like you could say, vibe you are giving, and in a way, like it has affected your energy, and just so not and there's the message about your alignment, your inner alignment. That's something that you're allowed to live just for yourself, and being rooted with yourself, and with the Ace of Wands to it's like the Ace of Wands stand in that reading for, you are putting yourself first, you're paying yourself first, your attention, and giving yourself to that. It's okay if you have a divine gift, like creativity, mastery. I have some of you could, this is kind of really different, but having a good skill for being an electrician or something scientifically, or yeah, in that way. And I see you as that beautiful soul, and there is some soul development who wants to helps you in that space of being sovereign, in your own sovereignty. And I think the most part for you is that you could, I'm feeling it's not about going in the forest or going to the beach or going in nature to reconnect with yourself. It's more really being aware and feeling the pulse of your body, feeling where you want to lead. Where is your attention going? Because intention is one of the most important things. How do you intend that? And as I said before in the introduction for that reading, it's for me, it's really unusual to film when I'm feeling, you could say lower, or feeling, you could say this was a day of a little purge, and I would then organize myself, or giving myself space to a softer routine, to a softer, being just be with me and helping myself out of that. And it's okay for that moment to be sad or feeling, I'm hearing, till I'm feeling unbothered. Or, I would give myself a hug in so many different ways, as a metaphorically spoken. So, and telling you that I'm feeling that Ace of Wands, it's like an invitation to grab some tea with herbals and pause for a moment. And sometimes a route where you slow down is actually more faster paced than you would ever thought. This is what I have learned by myself the last 1.5 years. And preparing that reading, I have to say as well that it was more smoothly. It was like, okay, now we'll do something to care for ourselves, to lay out all that what needs to be looked at it. So I want to do that for you as well. Now, here says once, the first card I've chosen for you. And normally I choose 3 cards, but as my experiences show me, it's can always be a little bit more. And there's the message as well. You are not now I'm feeling you are not too much. You are exactly right. With all of your feelings, with all of your emotions, with everything. So yes, we have, that's kind of fun, also kind of funny, but there's a coincidence, because cards from the reading from yesterday, maybe you are a recurrent watcher, or then thank you that you have chosen to come again. But this is what what came out yesterday as well. And here we have Kohei Sugiura, the pioneer of Asian design, philosophy, and methodologies. This is one of the extra cards I've created. When you see the card for the very first time, we have here the K, here's the mountain, and see the 7 stars, see in China. And yeah, wow, there's a message. I'm feeling like, because it is following up another card, it's the Infinite Creative Love card. And this card is one of the special ones, but as well as we had here use against fascism. And it's kind of interesting because when you created the cards, you know how you felt where you have created it. So you can even say even more about that. And we see here the angels and the angel. And this is a card actually with this picture as well. And we see here love, in German, Liebe. I would not have thought that I would use it for that reading, because it's so, I wasn't even sure how I do that. And this is from a vision board, but I loved how the style, how, yeah, I was lining up, and I've used it for that card as well. It is not that much often I use something. I mean, creating the deck was totally great because I could use something out of what someone else would go into the trash. And I feel with you guys, you can see something in someone that so many people would just stepping over or would not see. And I'm feeling with you, and because this is another special card I've created, or one of the special ones, it's really interesting because we have here the Ace of Wands, and there's something with you that your soul knows. And with the pioneer spirit or pioneer mentality, I'm feeling for you that you create or connect in a way that no one else does and helps you. And your creative will, yeah, your creative and your soul's will, or your you can create art from the bottom of your heart, but as well as connected to the oneness. And I'm hearing disregarding. Maybe you are not disregarding others, but in some places or moments you're disregarding yourself for your talent or your own perspective, or how you handcraft something. I'm feeling I have a really creative pile here when I'm thinking about that, with the pioneer, and here with the pioneer spirit, the Ace of the Wands, and the infinite creative love spirit. And I have to take a sip. I mean, what I'm getting as well is that if you pause, if you take a little bit of rest, maybe it will show up how creative you actually are. And the perspective of others are not really, saying that. And I have a feeling that I should show you the black tourmaline. I will lay it out here as a little protection for you, because maybe there's something, or something has changed. You had to leave a job, or something on the outside were restructured by the divine to help you through that, to really receive who you really are. As you can see her here, she's holding that hand, and it's like she wants to splash out some magic. And he's looking like strange. It's like when you face something, or you realizing that something, or you see something really. And now I'm reminded about my own spirit, how beautiful you actually can be if you do something. And I'm feeling you should do something that is out of the box, something that is so courageously you, something that it's not about the challenge, it's about, yeah, stepping up and lead, but not just do it for you. It's not the leading part. You are always leading, but doing something bigger, because you are connected in that perspective, but in your acting, or acting out yourself as well. And that could be as well that you have realized, or shifting your consciousness, you could say your self-concept, and maybe you are just handling yourself on a, I don't want to say lower level, on a it's like you are too fast, too peaceful with things, and not too peaceful with things, too lowered standards. And I'm hearing you are ready. You're really ready for doing something or taking steps or arranging your life hopeful, is it a word? Is it a word? In your own, like you would arrange it, you would do it, you would. And even I I feel by myself, I feel so, as I said before in the beginning, I'm feeling like I can do things, I can talk for you. If I would feel insecure, I would, to talk to you today, I would feel really, yeah, a friend will come, something that is giving me the vibe to, not just the vibe, just being, yeah, consequently and in a consent with me, in an alignment with me, and feeling bold just for myself, because I know it's like doing actually what you're supposed to do with parameters, or like doing it in a way. And I'm feeling such a huge relief when you were in circumstances that were like people were feeling you or making you feeling you small and lowering you and try to lower you. And experience that doesn't mean that you are it and you know it by yourself, but every time and doing it again and feeling it again is like, it can be hard, it can be difficult, because, and that's why you need you need something like going on stage, singing your song, doing that what you want, what your soul wants. And and I'm feeling your soul is ready. And the video I was talking about before, she's actually sharing a story, and it could be an inspiration for you as well. And maybe it will help you greatly. I hope so, because I always love that when you can, yeah, create and cooperate. And the next card, and there was that like holding me back or so, and we have that card, the King of Swords. Okay, this is so interesting, because the Queen of Swords is following about that, and she's an upright, but the King of Swords, as you can see here, was in reverse. What's interesting is about that, when this card is in reverse, we see here playful is in reverse as well. So the King of Swords is not in reverse. It's like, when you see this here, it's like with the King of Swords, you can think about, so the idea of that was in the background, that, and intuitively composed, was that even mentally the King of Swords can switch it up, but he will always be staying stable. He will always be consequently knowing it, like yeah, like in the movie Inception, where they are designing the architecture of the dreams. And he would be just like a genius. He would just know, even if he would be like the hanged man falling down, he would just mentally be so strong. But what I was getting here, it was because this card was down, here's the face where, and here you can see this typing or this lettering is, and it says, jetzt wird's bunt. Now it will be colorful, or it's getting colorful, and this is about a bath and playful. We have colorful and playful, and you see her here again. It's like someone who's helping you out or so, and actually this card was coming out, and we have the King of Swords here. He was, so the card is, when it's upright, it's so, and he is it in reverse. So, but I was seeing this card, and it's like going down the line or taking a step back will help you finding a new perspective and registrating, really. And it's about that. It's like what I said with presence and registration, your own capability, your own capacity of what you actually do and be and achieve, and yeah, magnify. And I have seen 39, maybe this is a number of yours. Yeah, we have here the King of Swords. And it's like, you can see here all the cards. It's like all the ideas are coming around his head, and he's like, yeah, I take it easy. I can do it. And we have after that the Queen of Swords. And there was something about love when I've seen that. It could be as well that there's something with a love interest, but it's really not in the foreground. We have the Queen of Swords, and feeling her, seeing her here, and that energy is that you're realizing your own mental strength, your own, I mean, she's knowing what she's up to, and it could be as well that you are evolving in that being, because I was getting from you some watery vibes, something that working with the elements, with your elements, just knowing how profoundly is nature defined by the elements, knowing your own elements. And maybe the Chinese medicine or Qigong, something like that could, which is talking about the elements in the human body as well, could help you out in a practical, but I'm feeling like more some metaphorical, and in a way knowing your own, like what you are up to. And this reassure and secure your own sovereignty, and seeing that you're more, I'm hearing even more available. It could be as well, because here it's not with a special partner, but for being available, really present for those who are in your own frequency, and holding up and living to your own frequency, and yeah, helping you with that. It's like when there's something and I'm totally drawn to the moment I am watching this video, because in my area where I live, the day is a little bit, it's gray. It's outside, the clouds are so grayish, and you can feel something is, yeah, created. It's like you could feel, not directly, but it's the first, I think, the first days where, yeah, where you feel the autumn will step into the picture, and it's like you have not even welcomed the summer or summer days, and it's like your body is moving to another level, and it's like you don't want to go inside even more. And what I'm feeling is like that soul exploration and finding new layers about yourself is great, but I'm feeling it's more so with you that you are actually already playing on that ground of that, all that soul layers. You have just registered, and it's like when you're reflecting or journaling, not that what is in the background, and doing shadow work, what lies within you and facing it. It's more how cooperate so well, how you elegantly and profoundly, it's like when you have a really good employment, and she's doing it like effortlessly, and registering, and yeah, coming to the consciousness that if you're just concentrating on yourself, you know how much ease you are going through your life, and yeah, feeling that for yourself. And with the Queen of Swords, it's beautiful, because we have the King of Swords here in reverse and the Queen of Swords in upright. It's like you're moving into a more feminine way of the whole side. It's just like when you are a creator, a digital creator, or someone who's using for creating websites, using IT, to write codes and coding, and I'm hearing wording as well, but coding, like you have all the skills, but it's like you are realizing who you are on a way, like about all of that skill set and effectiveness. And yeah, what I was feeling well were a stream of not knowing how you really could compose that into your life, or it's a strange feeling of not knowing how you could actually work with yourself or be with yourself, and not knowing how you could puzzle that into your life, but as well you are already in it. It's like with the fish in the ocean and or the wave, and asking, okay, what is it where I am in the ocean? Or a wave would say, yeah, you are already in it. You are within the ocean, just poorly recreated or retold. And closing your and him hearing time frame, it's now your time, it's now your turn. It's beautiful. Closing your reading is that we have the sun. And that is beautiful, because when you see that the Ace of Wands and the Sun card, it's like flying again. And here with the rose color and the blue ones, it's like handling and balancing everything's out. And sometimes mentally it can be like, it was like mentally you didn't know how you could manage that, but then it come to the form of the Queen of Swords. And she was giving you the sense of be really discerning and managing a space where you can, it's not kind of, it's a remembering about the Emperor, who's really organized and structured, and or you could say this is interesting because we have a king actually, and I'm hearing disposal, if that makes sense. And we have here the tapping, working your inner masculinity in your own favor. And we have the Sun, so there will come some ease from that realization. And with the wave, I love that card so much. I love that wave here. And I was talking about the fish and the wave, so this is kind of cute. And the number 19. And I'm hearing a song by Tango and Sarah. 19. I don't know, it was 10 years ago I was hearing that, 10, 12 years. And thinking about that, when I was hearing that, it's so far away, but at the same time so near. And I'm feeling like saying that you are right now, you are with you and yourself, and coming closer and experiencing that privacy with yourself, and experiencing that for yourself, and starting to finding coming home. It's like I'm seeing someone who's just it's like when you're traveling, you're preparing all your stuff and your closet or your travel bag, and then you're coming into that beautiful Airbnb or something else, but this time telling you that the Airbnb equals to your home. It's like now I'm here and experiencing yourself. Actually, this is all about you and your reading, and so simple as it is, it's like when you just say you are nothing, but from that point everything is created, and you can actually now receive who you are. And I'm here, you have that, I'm hearing that spirit, that intention, that motivation, and I'm seeing that with the rose aura around her. And we have it here, so something will give you the power to come to the moment where your higher self as well is, debunked, or is is feels, it's not just like thinking about it, feels alright, it is alright. And there's so really, and I was thinking about that before today, for a moment, that you can say something, or you can say I am trustworthy, or I feel trust, but then you don't. And that can actually be more harmful when you say I feel trustful when you're not, because you have you have just secluded yourself from your authentic nature. And but you are not doing it. You are so authentic and pure and harvesting that, and have always been that for others. And yeah, now you're feeling coming home. It's like that you're there, and you can be. And I'm feeling that after that phase, I think it could be with 19, we have 1 and 10, and I was thinking about October, up to the point of October, when I was, because 1 and 9 equals 10, and we have October, yes. This was your reading, and I hope it helped you and it brought you forward. If you want, you can create a comment or something, put your experiences into the, if you feel free to. It's always, and it is it's a pleasure, and it's a gift, and it's a grace to read, and thank you. Also, in German, well, in English, we have the waterborne element. And this is a special card. And on the back we have, thank you for staying and being and loving and creating and trusting and encouraging and being giving. And here's something about, I think it's a poem and it's a quote. I will read it in German, and then I will hopefully translate it perfectly. Not perfectly, but understandable. So here we have: Das Licht des Mondes und der kühle Wind haben keinen Preis, aber das Wasser und die Weite des Himmels erfüllen mich mit Liebe. So we have the light of the moon and the wind, the cool wind, the cool breeze, have no price. But the water and the vastness of the sky are filling me up with love. This card is about someone who, has sharing her life here on earth, and she was one of a kind, and I wanted to include it into that special card. And she was really from an empathic nature, and she was true to nature, great talent. And we see here all that pinky and bluish and yellowish card. It's like, standing in your true nature, knowing who you are, and being with what you are born. And that's it. I will give you now, I will just tap right. Yeah, that was with your pile. When I was delicately, when I was choosing the cards, this is so interesting, because there's a special message. Okay. What I wanted to tell you before is that no way. That it was so easy in preparation. It was so straight, so greatly profound. It was easy. It was like, okay, because my intention was to use 3 cards for each pile, and with your pile was so it was like, okay, 3 piles, I was getting it, it's okay. It was it was great. What I'm regretting is like people could feeling that you are an ease, or an easy breeze for them. While I was talking, I was connecting to some cards, and here's some extra message. And we have the Empress and the Chariot. The Chariot is interesting, and why I was choosing this image. We can see the wave, who is like the wheel. It's not the Wheel of Fortune, it's the Chariot, but we have here both, and it's like reimagining this on this card. But here it's like she's giving with her vibe something that drive you, move you, not crazy, but move you forward in your own spiritual freedom, emotionally, spirituality, mentally. And that watery born element, just knowing it. And you see her, she's just so in her presence, and he's like, you could say at first glance, he's like, whoa, who is she? Or he's looking at her and he's mesmerized. Or, and this is another thing, is that he maybe want to communicate something, but he's even more included. And maybe there's a wish to, I'm hearing like breaking apart, but in a way just moving forward, or being, finding that togetherness or oneness, and in two souls, and just like knowing that this is, or when you're in a relationship, this is why I want to move forward. And what I'm feeling with here is like, sometimes when you re-evaluate yourself, you are looking at yourself and how you want to invent yourself. But here's more so the moment of just feeling in yourself and trusting in that feeling, and it will, the form will take place. And he or someone else here could really enjoy that, or could look at that and feel that natural ability to be with yourself smoothly. And there's no proof need. This is what I'm feeling here with water. And I was like I was introducing in the three piles, or before I was introducing the three piles and giving a little talk, a speech, that this video would be about soul sovereignty and how you can support yourself. Here it stands, or here it is laid out as auf dem Weg zur autonomen schöpferischen Persönlichkeit. So and this is so resonating. I was just looking at the card, and we have here start somewhere, and there is some feeling. I have to say that there is something starting up for you, and that's why, because you are now in your Empress energy, and it can be that your cards were coming out so easily because your vibe is right. Your energetic field is like on point. Maybe you have recently did some business decisions, or decided to seclude yourself from some disappointments and just move in your own way, and being in that Empress state, and or opening up yourself to opportunities in a way where you know you can recreate yourself in any moment of time and any point of time given, any point in time given, time and space given, and having that knowing that, like practically speaking, you can just opening up a business like a side hustle, or like that, you will move. And as it moves through you, you are moved by it, and it will maybe change you, but you're not scared about it. You're really clear in your in your loyalty and honesty to yourself. It's interesting because I'm remembered about two things. The one thing is the vertical alignment. It's It's an exercise, it's a Qigong exercise by Daisy Lee. And what I want to say with your energy, I feel so clear, I feel crystal clear and on point and really moving forward. I'm just like, I'm here and professionally spoken. It's like there's coming, yeah, it's that Empress energy. If I would say, if you were a friend of mine, I would say you are someone I would go to and who would not just because you could be very friendly or heartwarmingly, you can say that as you can be that as well. But you are like, I feel that quality of unspoken truth that you give really involved with your heart, but at the same time being detached and holding that space of honesty and yeah, keep up with that. It's like no playing anymore, but I play even more. So when you would say, I'm serious about life, but I'm just letting it all flood, and I'm so serious about life that my inner child is my first priority. It's in that case or in that space. And what I wanted to say, here we have the Auf dem Weg zur autonomen schöpferischen Persönlichkeit. It's about autonomy, and on my way to be that, personality of a creator, and in an autonomous way, if I say it correctly in English. And we have here, yeah, science suggesting how designers might ... And yeah, your suggestions are feeling like they're on point. And we have here feeling and photo and start to write or start somewhere. And the Chariot is connected to Cancer and the Archangel Gabriel as well. So if you speaking or and with the waterborne element, your creative side has always, it's like knowing you are, if you're a creative or a creative artist, I would say it was really easy for you, or it is at the moment really easy for you to, as I said before, start a side hustle or create something that is individually very individual. But because you are here so in your energy, you're remembering me of Tamka. That's kind of funny because and maybe I will yeah, I have an idea. That's it. When I'm talking or I would talk with you and you would be my best friend, after speaking with you, my problem is solved. Mentally, emotionally, it's like I know how I can handle it or I can do it more. And you're remembering or I reconnect to Tamka. She's a great creator on YouTube. You can look up her videos, but I will link a video of her as well. And yeah, feeling into that reading before, I was feeling that feminine, sovereign beings, and in every reading I was getting someone, I was receiving yeah, a beautiful female blogger or someone who's in their feminine energy. Would it have that case that it would be a man or any kind differentiating gender-wise? I would include that as well. Yeah. I'm always here open and yeah. It's like taking a breath. The Empress energy. We have the Chariot and the Empress, and I'm feeling your energy is giving you space, is creating. Why I stopped was that comes it in the terms of gender. You can create a space where you are really open. You are really like open-minded. So there are people who are given off that vibe, who are really open-minded. They would never stated like I did it before. But for me, it's really important that, you know, you're all welcome. And although I always, sometimes you are limited and you don't know that you're limited, like you have some misbehavior, like you think, because like someone who's just like me, white, and who would never consider or was not in the space with someone who is from any different color. For me, was not that case, but I know I've experienced that from others, that just because they had not that, how you can say that perspective, or that that field of experience, that there was some, in German we said unbeholfen, you would feel helpless. But you're so, I'm hearing, considerate, and you're so opening up to so many, not just ideas, your frame, your mindset, we have always the topic with the self-concept, but you never conceptualize another human being into a box. You would never, and you're open to it, and helping that individual out to reframe it for themselves easy, and being understandable, and just be open. And so like knowing what's really going on, and sometimes like going to the internet and just educate yourself. And because, you know, it's important to be in the space of communicating and sharing, and giving a platform, or at a panel, and share yourself. And you know, you can always learn. And that's so beautiful. It's like, even for myself, even in that reading, it's, for me, it's like, I know I'm assured. I just know, not assured, it's more so I'm not hustling, or I'm not stepping about on my own words. It's like I'm just driven by faith, and I'm feeling real confidence from you guys. So soul angels. Yes, we have the Chariot. There's no need to self-sabotage, or so no need to giving yourself a misconflict, or it's like you would talk to someone who you have a really, maybe special, but a really difficult past with, and you could talk to him in a calm and collected way, and you would do that with ease and comfort. And I think this is one of your secrets, one of your soul secrets, or your sovereignty skills, I would say, or what points out your sovereignty. So these were just special cards. And the other ones where I had, and that's kind of interesting, because the last one I will show you was coming up as well yesterday, and maybe you're recurrent, so thank you for watching both readings. And here we have it's the Three of Wands. I think it was one of the first cards I designed, and I really love that, because we feel this little, do you see that? Do you see the octopus? And here it's the flower. It calls Polani and in Pinyin Tune P. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's a princess tree. Yes. The Three of Wands somewhere. And oh wow, we have the Three of Wands and the Three of Cups. I don't know why. It's not because of the numbers, but it's in a way it remembers me of the chariot. I don't know why, because we have the two horses in the tradition deck, and the one who is guiding in the in the chariot, the chariot, the two horses, and yeah, here we have the Three of Cups, and I think I created 2 times, and this was the last version, and this giving me some Greek vibes for her, and yeah, it's all about love and being present and being peaceful with yourself. And here we have her just looking. It's like both of them are interested, and there's something in you that knows that. And this is, I think, this is why you're so sovereign, or you're so you can support yourself, is because you are all about aloha or aroa. You are all about unconditional love. And we feel the lotus. Yeah. It can be that your crown chakra is really open. It's really open, and this is where you source your knowing. And yeah, I'm feeling that here in that presence. And with the water-born element, it's sometimes it can be heavily that when you indulge into that emotional body, sometimes it's more told or narrated that in the emotional body you recollect the I really have to say your energy is so pure and clear, or your mind. You're really pure, like crystal. It's really, it's beautiful. Where was I? I think I was talking about the presence. Yeah, there's an inner knowing about you. And you are resourcing it from that inner knowing, higher being, from your higher self, or directly from source. I was intervening because of stopping what I'm telling, because that's why people could really attracted to you, or knowing, okay, I would do it. Yes. And the last card I have for you, the Three of Wands. I want to say, Three of Wands is a card that really, for me, it's not. I didn't want to step about it, or just because we have the Three of Cups and Three of. For me, okay, my battery is. So this is quite funny because I had to rearrange the my battery was dying, and now I'm I had to rearrange and to create a new, like slightly different angle. I hope it's not really a how you can say, I don't mean a distortion. Whenever we say Störung, it's not a it's a different angle for you now, and I will just dive into that reading again. So, like this little pause, a break that was given through that moment of my battery just like given up. You are not someone who's giving up, and actually this gives me a moment to sum my attention, or concentrate, or focus my attention on this card. As you can see, I hope you can see it more well. Is it here for you? The Three of Wands, who I was introducing you before, is then, because this card is all about patience, waiting, operating from a point where you just be aware, observing, and maybe going an alternative way, and knowing that it's like knowing when you have to give up and you cannot change something, and you are choosing to go on a new path. And this is something that in Atlantis was, I have to say, and to make that out, or to point that out, in Atlantis, it was that when you were, or I'm getting a strong feeling, when you are faced with energetic challenges, and I'm seeing in the trees, the wind is like, it's like so playful, and it's like so, not harsh, but energetically really strong. It's like, you know, when your heart is like, cannot even give up. It's more full, and I know that when I do some meditations, like it's your brain, it's your mental state who wants to, it's like your wants to give up. It's like, no, this is not possible. But this is last case, and that's why even in the Kundalini yoga tradition, it's said, or it's always told, sometimes your heart will never give up. Or you know it otherwise. It's just a knowing that your heart, and we all know it, it's the universal, it's the intelligence, it's the Christ consciousness, it's the oneness, it's the love. And I said before, yeah, you're operating of love. And you know, with the Three of Wands, it's like knowing that this person is for you, or that I don't want to say object, this project is for you. And you would never self-criticize yourself, so you have a good balance. And but I want to come back to the Three of Wands, because in the traditional, there's standing a man up on a hill and is holding a wand. And here we have the octopus. And with the octopus, it's I don't know if you know the Netflix film. It's about that octopus. So I am not really remembering the title, but oh, I think My Best Friend Octopus, my octopus best friend. And in that movie, it's like something is diving deep. It's the man who's you can look it up, I think. Where one of the arms here, do you say arms? I don't know. Do you see him? Yeah, one of the arms is cutted because I think, was it a fight? But it's growing again, and for the human being, for the man who was was in friendship with that beautiful octopus, it was at first because he was observing it and seeing it's crashing down, or it's he's like he's witnessing it, like the octopus is wounded by that fight. I'm not pretty sure if it was really a fight, and it was something that you know when you have to go another way. And in Atlantis, it was the case that it was not like today we are just like so headstrong that we are not even flexible even more to just go, okay, this didn't work out, okay, I will do it in another way. And I would never say that I'm secluded from that, because it can happen with us, with every one of us. But in a way, it's your strength. And I can say, you will, or you do help people with that. Yeah. You have a strong light. It's interesting because there's a glimpse and how you relate to others and to a man. I had that in right with pile number 1 as well. And it came up as well as when I came to the point to end the reading. There's something when you are, I would say, when you are in a relationship or you are relating to someone, you do it really in a considerate way. You do it really, you do know when to let your guard down, or it's like when you have to say, okay, I was wrong, I was not in the right place to talk to you in that way, or I did talk to you in a way that was not helpful, or it was even harmful. You would always team up again. You would open up a space and say, I'm sorry, I love you, that was not what I was intended. Yeah, it's like here with the waterborne element, how she's standing there and she's holding, do you see that here? And she's confident, but in a way that knowing that it will not deplunge or it will incorrect her self-worth, knowing that it will help her. Here's something special about that card. It would just help her, and you're in a way as well. So you would communicate easily. You would relate in a way where you can, you are courageously opening up your vulnerable side, or you would rethink, or you would reflect, and MC 2121, what how you handled something or your behavior. And we have here the, as you can see, these cards. You would not cut a tree down, because in this world sometimes trees are cut down. And you would not use it as a wand, as a 3 of Wands here as well. You would not doing something that is not in divine order, you could say in divine will. You would not do that. You would choose to be knowing that when something is not, and I mean, I by myself, I would say I applaud you, because knowing that, okay, there's a reason why the divine is asking me to do that in that way, or why I'm here and I'm not understanding. It's like being understandable of that is not seen, and holding up and being like, okay, this is what I know, this is what I'm feeling, and I'm giving everything that I have to know. It's like when you are when you have a feeling, when you have a divinely guided feeling, knowing, and like Neville Goddard by himself, he wrote a whole book about that, the feeling. It's like you're embodying it. You're just like, okay, God has given me that feeling, and that's enough for me. We have here sacred is the light, and that was a card that was coming up yesterday as well. Oh, I hope you can see it. I will hold up the camera so you can see it for a moment. Oh, I'm smelling something, a beautiful perfume. Really ladylike, womanlike. And this card, here we have, it's kind of cute because it's from a children's book. It's a rabbit and the bee and monkey in Japanese designed. And we have here standing sacred is the light carried by the divine. Yes, and yes, you can see it. It's like you are moving. You are moving in your own pace and in your light-hearted. I'm hearing. You are moving light-hearted and healing as well. Yeah. Okay, I have a feeling I should show you. This is an aventurine, not an aventurine, an Amazonite. It's a huge stone, raw things, and the Amazonite could actually a stone for you, or you're working, or your energy is working like the Amazonite. The Amazonite is a stone that really heals, that yeah, heals from depression and can help you with your metabolic and menstruation, when you're on a cycle, with headaches, neck, to relax your neck, and yeah, he's really good. Blockages, and it's healing. Yeah, this is what I'm feeling, because this stone is all about perception, self-awareness, and being open in front human beings. And this is so funny, or not funny, but as I said before, in the before I was tapping into the 3 piles and cards, when I was experiencing that offense moment, or that moment that I was offended, receiving my the person I was communicating with in the right way or not, I was not really or I could imagine that I was not attentive, or yeah, you could say reflective. I was not or what I can tell from after that, I mean, this is all what you can say after that, but I was in a moment where I was not receptive for how what I said, or what I my guides are like, no, Laura, you were right. You have received the energy, but I couldn't really manage it clearly, or yeah, communicate in a way there, like yeah, crossing a bridge, or yeah, recreating a bridge where we could being open, both parties could be open with each other. I mean, you don't have to that, but with you guys, I have the feeling, or with you, beautiful solar angels, I have the feeling that you have that kind of openness, and your clear perception when you are faced with difficult conversations, you could say, yeah. Yeah, so it's kind of funny how I ended up that reading. I hope I will give you that beautiful. After that, it's really a huge stone. It's like, sorry for my nails. It's like the moment when you're on your yoga mat and you think you should need pedicure or so. Here, but a very raw moment into a practice, but yeah, here, from a raw moment to a raw crystal. I really love that Amazonite, and yeah, I hope that resonated. Please leave a comment if you want to, if you feel to, and have a great day, and yeah, create your life as you wish. So thank you for reading for you. Thank you. Always with love, Laura. This is so funny, because I ended the reading like, if I would write a letter, and I do you say PS? Because it's like, I could write letters. You're really a good. Oh yes, here was something with the Chariot. So the piece is all about, maybe you should really start to write, or sharing your site, like doing a vlog, or something like empowering, like Tamka, and I will yeah, links in the description box for you. So thank you, and have a great evening wherever you are on your side of this beautiful planet. Okay, there's something totally new for you because I had recreated, it was for before for Pile Number 2 as well. It started actually in Pile Number 2, but I have for you a feeling I had to recreate a new space, and there was something coming up for you. It's a new idea or something, and I have the feeling I should use that stone. And yeah, it's like the divine wants you to give you something, and really beautiful. And we have here the Wheel of Fortune, which explain it in itself is like, yeah, something good will come to you. And the wheels are surprisingly changing. And I was feeling before I was starting that reading, I was like, I'm alone here in my apartment, and the outside it's like grayish and rainy, and nothing would never show it. Nothing would tell you about that, that there was something coming up, something new would opening up.